everybody. I want to introduce you to Deb Seeley.
Hello.
She's the owner of this amazing clothing store called Josephina's Women's Clothing, although she does have men's stuff as well. So Deb, tell me a little bit about your business.
Well, let me see. I've been in business about 14 years. Originally, I came here from the city myself around 30 years ago to raise my kids. I left a career in the government and just wanted a good lifestyle for my kids. So I just took on whatever jobs that I could find. And I started off doing my own business, cleaning. I ran a restaurant. And then went on later on in years to work at Cura's Cafe and Restaurant. And I was the manager of that restaurant. And it inspired me to go on and do my own business.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've already talked about where you're from.
There you go.
Excellent. Thank you. So what made you decide to stay in Prince Edward County once you'd been here for a little bit?
Well, for me, for sure, it was the beach originally. And also, I like the wine. So, and the nature. I came here because it was relaxed. It was beautiful. It was like going back in time. Now, we have changed. We are getting a lot of tourists, which I like. It's inspired business for me. It makes me happy. I meet interesting people, and people are my pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's so evident in how you deal with your customers, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. So restaurant, some cleaning. How did
Also
fashion-
lumber yards too.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot that one. I just took on whatever jobs I could. So fashion and decor. How did fashion come about? Well, I've always been involved in fashion from the age that I could walk. Let me see. My cousin is the former Miss Venezuela. My mother was Latin American, very into fashion, and my uncle was also a dressmaker in New York City. So I got a lot of my tips from them. My cousin went on to be a soap opera star. So, you know, the whole family was involved in dressing and just events. So that's where I started, and I'm a self-taught person and just dealing with people. I have an eye for color and decor, and that's just my jam. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can tell you that I shop here regularly, and Deb is fantastic at picking out outfits and knowing, like, with your body shape or your height or whatever, what's absolutely going to work for you or not so much. And yeah, it's like having your personal shopper working for you. It's amazing, honestly.
And I also do it because I love it. I enjoy helping people. I mean, I've had people from all ages, all sizes, and I always try to help where I can help.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what has surprised you about owning your own business?
Well, it's a lot of work. People think they come in and they're like, oh, how'd you put this all together? Did you just go out of a catalog? No, it's a lot of work. It's 24/7. And sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. and go, I have to do this, this, and this checklist. The amount of work that you have to put in, the staffing, that's hard too. Yeah.
All that behind the scenes stuff that people don't see, right?
Yeah, it's not just looking pretty and dressing nice. There's cleaning, there's staffing. I'm blessed to have some great staff. 2 girls that work for me right now. I've always been blessed with the people that I found in Prince Edward County that have come here. Women of all ages. They're ladies that really don't even have to work, but they just enjoy working, and we do it as a family and as a team.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So, sounds like a lot of work and hard work. What motivates you every day to get up and keep doing it?
Well, first of all, I get up and I go for a nice run or walk to clear my head. That's my therapy. And I try to eat healthy, but what motivates me is helping people. I like seeing somebody, someone that's had cancer, and I come in and they've had breast cancer, and I get them into a really nice dress, or someone's going to a funeral, and I cry with them too. Or happy moments like a birth of a child and they want a pretty dress, or a wedding, the mother of the bride, mother of the groom, a gala, a business person. That's what inspires me.
That's nice. And it's, one of those businesses where people are always going to feel good when they walk out, right? They found that thing.
We also have a lot of fun in here. We put on some great tunes, and, the customers come in here and, they may have lost a loved one, and we get them dancing, and we have sing-offs and just all that. It's all great.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So where are your favorite places other than your own store to shop or to eat in the county?
I try to support as much local as I can. Well, I do like going to, used to like going to the Blue Man, the Waring House. There's so many. I love the New Royal. It's absolutely beautiful. I haven't eaten at the restaurant. I will. I've eaten in the front. It's gorgeous. Hartley's, well, back in the day, of course, it was the restaurant that I managed, which was Curra's and Angeline's. But right now, I like going to the View restaurant too at the golf course. It's quite lovely. Lake on the Mountain's another favorite. I have several, and local, the Acoustic Grill, the County Canteen, and of course, our good old local Coaches. That's where I like to have my quick Caesar on the patio, and even good old Gus's for breakfast, Picton Harbor Inn. There's so many.
Yeah. Oh, it's.
How about you? Same thing?
Yeah. So many that you just mentioned. Absolutely our favorites. The Maryland too. I love.
Oh yes, forgot about that one. Yeah. So yes, there's just there's too many to list here.
And one of the great things about living in a small community is the connections, right? So as a high school teacher in my former career, I taught the guy that runs Hartley's. He was one of my Iron Chefs. I worked very closely with Michael Sullivan at the Merrill. He helped with my Iron Chef team. So yeah, all the connections that you have with different people.
So I know all those guys too, because we used to do all the catering, the same sort of idea. I've been on that show, I Do Let's Eat. And so we're all like a big family. Everybody in the restaurant business will know they move around. So yeah. For shopping, I try to support all the local shops. At Christmas, I go to all the shops on Main Street, and I make a point of buying something like the Yellow, all the coffee shops are wonderful. Even Napanee, I head over there and get some of the things there, so try to keep it local.
Yeah, absolutely. And local shopping is so important.
Right.
Yeah, we have to support the people that are living in our community.
And recommend each other. That's another good thing.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point too. Yeah, that's great. Absolutely. So is there anything exciting happening in your business that you want people to know about coming up?
We just brought in a new line in from Brazil. I'm part Latin, so that's where, I love color. That's one of the new things. Also, we're going into, this is our anniversary of our 14th year, so I'm going to be giving away some raffling things back to the community. Like we have a dress that we're auctioning off, and half the money is going to the Ukraine, things like that happening. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Wonderful. So how can people get in touch with you if they're wanting to know how to come and shop or
Well, first of all, we're on Facebook, and we are also on Instagram. Our phone number at the store is, should I do that one?
You're welcome to.
613-476-9973. Also, just sending us a message by Facebook or Instagram, and we get back to you that way.
And what's your handle on those platforms?
On Josephina's Ladies and Men's Fashions, and Josephina's Ladies and Men's Fashions on Instagram as well.
Okay, perfect. Same. Excellent. So there you go. That's how you can get in touch. And you do have an online presence too, right?
Yes, I do live videos all the time. I'm a little nervous doing this because she's just throwing the questions at me, but I'm used to doing live videos of everything that I bring in. I post on Facebook or Instagram, and I have quite a following. And that's the way a lot of people just send me a message. And if you say, hey, Deb, set that aside, we put it aside. We're known for our Italian linens, which I bring in. I try to bring in things from all over the world. I also carry air knit sweaters from Ireland. That's another big focus. You name it, we have it. So
yeah, no, true. What I was actually thinking of, though, online store too. Can people buy things online?
Well,
or no?
I don't have per se an online store, but we have been known to, like if someone contacts me from Toronto and says I need that Joseph Ribkoff piece, I will ship that. So and we can work something out. But
perfect.
We just have so many items in this store, and the turnover is so quick. It is just very difficult with clothing because, as you know, people like to touch and feel. And that's the way it goes. So
yeah, very true. Actually, if you see something here, you need to buy it right away because it will probably not be here tomorrow because everybody loves all the things. You have such an amazing collection of items. So last question, if someone, say a high school age kid, was thinking of going into the fashion industry or opening their own boutique of some nature, what advice would you give them?
Do your homework. I'd even say maybe go to one of the stores and see if you could work with them. Just to learn and make sure that it's what you want to do and it's your passion, and listen to your peers and listen to what they have to say. Take notes. also be creative. Come up with your own idea of what you really want to do, you know, in your heart. Like maybe somebody in high school wants to do t-shirts and open up and see where there's a need and a want. What type of store do we need? Like there's so many boutiques, and you look around and say, well, there's maybe one shoe store. Well, maybe we need another. See where there's a want and a need. Work hard.
Yeah, that's great advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah, well, thanks everybody.
See you, everybody.
This is
Take
your
care.
community connection for Josephina's men's and ladies fashions.